Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We don't have Cowboy tonight. We don't have a match in the Cowboy, but what we do have is a round 2 match in the 2024 Virtual World Snooker Championship. Rodney has already come through a first round match very comfortably by 6 racks to 0. If we have a look at the bracket, we can see that, if we can find it, Rodney had a 6-0 win against Kenway. He's now playing Chicu. Chicu, you will know, is the current 3 cushion Virtual World Champion. But I don't know what he's like at snooker. I will hedge my bets and say that he's probably up against it, against Rodney. We're in the first frame. I was at my dinner, forgot this match was on. Well, looking at the scores, Rodney has a comfortable lead at the moment. 4 reds left the table. So 59 points still in the table. And Chicu's going to have to keep things tight here. Try and get in. Let's have a look at this black and see whether it's going to go. The black doesn't go. Well, it will go now. And that's good length of safety. That's what you're looking for in snooker. You've got to get it well into bulk. And you've got target areas to get that cue ball as well. And this is looking a good line. That's pretty well done. The danger here for Chicu is he's going all out for the pot. Now that cue ball may well just get to the back rail. I don't know whether it's going to hit the reds. And well, he's had a lucky bump. He needed that. But tell a lie, it wasn't Chicu, it was Rodney. First mistake of the day. And that will secure the frame. This red and black to follow. And Chicu will be needing snookers. Now, I'm guessing that I think the highest break of the tournament so far is held by Rodney. I had a look at the stats earlier today. He's got a high break of 78. I would imagine if he does play to a good standard. Chicu, I have not got a clue. And I don't know what he has by means of strategy for this game. We should find that out. It is a race to 6 as well. Forgot to mention that. So, frame over. Now, hopefully Chicu's not one of these players that messes about when it's virtually, impossible to win. He should just be conceding the frame and getting on with the next one. You get crazy players that do that. I mean, he can do that to try and mess Rodney about, but I don't think that's going to have much of an effect on him. And of course, also, A quick reminder that, in fact, I got things mixed up today. Earlier this morning, VP Monster said that he had sent a proposal to Rodney for his semi-final match in the Virtual Cowboy World Championships, and he eventually said he'd accepted it, and I assumed it was going to be tonight, but in actual fact, it is. It's what do you call it? Next week. It's a week tonight, I think. I doubt that very much, Napnica. Simply because I don't think that Yama would come up with the name You Plonker Rodney. He won't have any clue about Only Fools and Horses, anything like that. I'm pretty much hedging my bets there. So a nice little 46 break there from Rodney, and of course Chicu eventually decides to pot the ball when he should have just conceded. You know, he's thinking that that's giving up the frame doing that, but he should just be getting into the menu and conceding it, and let's get on with it. He's very tuned in. What do you reckon? He's so tuned in that he knows to disguise his profile by calling himself You Plonker Rodney? I doubt that. Anyway, no matter who it is, he's got a 1-0 lead. Now Chicu has a straightish red and a roll through for the black. But nothing's a gimme at distance. There's a feather touch in this because this cue ball does run on in the snooker table, especially if you're used to playing on the pool tables. It does run on a bit more. You've got to watch your touch when you're playing snooker. It's different altogether. Now he needs to get an angle fairly quickly to disturb this pack. There's one loose red to the right of the pink, looking at it from here, which he can certainly get up table and get on it. Now from this side he looks as if he's maybe too square. Let me have a look. No, he should be fine. Well, he's decided to try and get into them, and he's came out okay as far as his next red goes. He's got one at the back of the pack as well, which when he clears that out of the way, it will open up the other red at the back of the pack. Good evening to Cobra. Well, he had another go getting into them there. I don't know why. I mean, he's trying to be aggressive. Now, maybe against a wiser player. Now, Chicu's certainly, you know, he knows his way around a 3-cushion table, but, you know, when you see a player like Rodney having a go to get into those reds, he's taking a chance simply because I don't think he really knows yet what level Chicu's going to be at this game. I think Chicu could maybe make him think if he put a nice little run together, but that remains to be seen. We've got the match tomorrow night as well. I think it's tomorrow night between MC Clarkey and Stubb. That's a round 1 match, I think. Now, is it another go at getting into them? Now, unless he can manufacture something somewhere, the back, I think the red at the back, you can just see enough of it. Yep. Shot to nothing. he's playing it dead weight to hold for the black. Now, where's his next red coming from? Again, he's trying the big draw to get into them. Very much like semi-pro would play. Semi-pro plays aggressively trying to get these reds open. Welcome to Travis. Good evening, good afternoon, depending where everybody is in the world. Now this might need a bit of side, unless, I mean, I think he's trying to, he could bump the two reds above the black. He's going again, I think, with power. Well, that's one thing that came to mind there, that semi-pro, when he played in this World Championship last time around, he's so desperate to get into the pack, which is probably mainly why he ended up losing, because you know, in snooker you can be aggressive, but if you're aggressive against the wrong player, you're going to get made to look a fool, because they're just going to feed off you all the time. Anybody who's got a bit of upstairs knowledge will deal with that situation. If you start opening the pack and then you can't follow it through. But who am I to criticise? We're looking at the highest run of the tournament coming up here. A very big break is on now. All the reds are on. And it should be the century, first century of the tournament here. I mean, this is looking like a very big run. He's gone to 73. Now, am I right in saying, let me get my head round this, 1, 2, 3, 5, so 67 left in the table. Break goes to 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 147. Have I got that right? 10 eights is 80, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's a 147 on here, and I think he's maybe the wrong angle in this red. He's going to take a risk trying to get back in the black here, unless he can stun down left side. Yeah, he's trying to spin it across to get on the black. And, well, it'll be a 146. You've got to take your medicine. And that would match. Now, this is getting crazy. I think for a second there he thought he was going to thin cut this black in and hope he gets lucky. And now he's underhit that. You would need an awful lot of side on this if he's trying to nip back across for the black, and that's what he's trying here. Loads of left hand side makes the shot much more difficult. He has to avoid the traffic as well though, and that's well played. Needs to get past the red. Now, he may well come back for one of these two reds into the side pocket here, or the centre pocket as we say in snooker. That's what he's looking for. And looking far too much like semi-pro to me. Far too much like him. I'm saying nothing else. Make up your mind, folks. Semi-pro is still not around in the stream. So, the black will give us the first century of this year's tournament. Well, Well, that's easily done, Napnicker, if you've got a laptop and a PC in the house and you've got two separate profiles. That's easily arranged. That's not hard to do. Just log in to one profile in your laptop, log into the other on your PC, and you're sorted. This might be a bit straight in the black, but I think he's okay to go through. He's coming back though. He could have took the red in the side. Well, he's got there, but maybe he didn't have the comfortable angle to do it. It's difficult looking at it from this end. This is why VP4 needs multi-camera angles to get around the table and look at these things. Steve's missed a trick there that it took an umpty like me to come up with that idea. Especially because, you know, lots of games are streamed nowadays, but it'd be great for a billiard game to have something like that. So the run ends, the break ends in 111, and 2-0 to Rodney. Tired of all the drama. There's more drama going on in his bloody head. It's a bloody game online, and people are taking the piss. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, if you can't handle that, then you can't bloody handle life. I mean, what's it like when he goes to work? It can't be any different. You're going to get people taking the piss out of you, having a laugh. Right, well, I think Chicu sort of goes away to the YouTube in between visits here. Because now we've got these big delays. This does my head in, this. He's like a big girl's blouse making a drama out of nothing. This is tedious, this. I mean, Chicu can't be in front of the PC because even if you're tabbed out, VP4 still gives you the clunky noise. It does with me anyway. If I'm tabbed out of VP4, I still get the clunky noise to let me know I should be at the bloody table. So 2 frames to 0. And poor break off from Chicu. Didn't get enough right hand side in the cue ball, because there's no way he should be coming the bottom side of the blue as we look. The side nearest me. You should always be between the blue and pink. But you need that right hand side in the cue ball to do that. And then you've got to pick the right point on the pack as well. Now I've showed a break that will send 2 reds over to that left hand side. There's a break that you can get that will take you in behind the green. It's a tricky break though. But the 2 reds that you knock to the left hand side, they always block each other off in VP4. And here we go again. I'm not going to stand much more of this, I'm afraid. This just... I mean, this is just no good. You're either here to play or you're not, instead of pissing about. Now I think the black is free into one pocket. It's too tight the other way, I think. Yeah. Well, this is an aggressive shot if you're going to do this in the blue. I know semi-pro would. And cue ball could have gone anywhere. Well, he's got the desired effect. He's brought reds into play, but he's killed the black. And the other thing to check is whether the pink will go in its spot. Well, it will, but it's all tied up anyway. And I think Rodney, well, he hasn't got lucky. He's left a red on, but Chicu has to get out of there. And he's pretty straight. Now, he could do a nice big firm stun on this red. A big stun he needs to get over that right side for the pink. Well, he's played the screw shot. We'll use snooker terminology here, by the way, rather than pool terminology. Wrong side of the blue. Now he could just dab this in and get rid of that red behind the green, because that ruins the safety zone on the table. So getting rid of that red will help for the further on into this frame. No, nobody's saying anything about Chicu. It's just the delays between his shots that's bugging my head. Welcome to Wit. Oh, I did think it was Rodney, that it was Chicu that was shooting there. Yeah, I've got it wrong again. See, this is what happens when I look at the chat. I look at the chat and the bloody thing changes. You try doing it and you'll find you'll run into the same problem. It's not just something that happens to me. If anybody else was doing this, you'd have the same thing. All you've got to do is keep me right when I get that wrong, and I'll be quite happy. Right, it's Chicu at the table now. Anybody want to argue the case here? Well, I'm going to bore you even more. This is day 9, guys, and I have not had a problem. Not a problem. Well, I'll tell you something, Cobra, about old age, right? I'll give you an example of old age and gamers. This afternoon, I've still got I'm in the middle of a year's subscription that I got with Xbox Game Pass, right? When I upgraded my what do you call it? When I upgraded my Jesus Christ, what the hell do you call it? Not broadband, my what the hell's it called again? Well, my internet. When I upgraded my internet to higher speed, and I can't remember what speed I've got now, but it's good. I got a 3 years Game Pass with Xbox. Right, this afternoon, I downloaded Burnout Paradise, which is a game that was released 6 years ago, and I think I had it. I think I had it before, and I found it hard then to drive driving the car's not the problem in Burnout Paradise. What the problem is you've only got 2 camera views. You've got the inside view and the outside view, and of course the car's flying, and you've got this boost thing, and you do these races all around this fictional city. And I downloaded it, and 10 minutes into it I had to give up. I just can't do stuff like that now. I don't know. I couldn't care any less whether we do or we don't. There might be one. I don't know. But SMP have got like still got about 9 or something. I can't remember. But anyway, Burnout Paradise. I got it on that Xbox Game Pass in 15 minutes of it. I mean, driving around's nice because you're in a big open world. You stop at the traffic lights and you can start a race, but you can't even adjust to. The other thing about the game is you can't adjust to AI. You can't have the AI down at a sort of numpty level for me to give me a chance. The bloody AI are miles in front, and it's very difficult to follow the map in Burnout Paradise. I defy anybody looking at that GPS in the bottom and looking at the street names and things, and it's supposed to be giving you advice as to where you turn next. I'm totally bewildered playing that thing. Totally bewildered. Anyway, that's that going in the bin. I won't be near it again. I've had my fingers burned first time round, and that was enough of that. Yes, was it Larry that was asking if I'm going to reveal reveal how I did. Now remember, this fix was totally accidental in the point of view that I wasn't trying to do anything that was making my PC any better, if you'll understand. It was just the fact that this video popped up, and I'm sure the video was something about make your PCU or PSU run better or something. I thought, bugger it, I'll just piss about and do what this guy says. He says it's two little quick changes that you do in your settings, and I did that, and amazingly since I've did this, can't be a fluke, but amazingly since I've done it 8 days ago, 9 days ago now or whenever, I've been trouble free. Break goes to 55 again, and that's the sort of contributions that you want to make. They win you frames, so they do. And I think this will be a whitewash as well. I don't think Chicu's got the game for this at all. But like I say, I mean, you know, you don't... in snooker, it's... You know, the good players will make big runs, but there's ways to stop them making big runs. And you've got to tie them up. You've got to use the strategy. You've got to then feed off them. But I don't think Chicu... Well, mind you, he's got to be at the table before he can do anything, but he might as well pack up in this one. I don't remember, Larry. I haven't a clue. I didn't even save the video. I didn't even subscribe to the guy. But as I say, my video is there. It's still private. I'm still going to hedge my bets. Good evening, Matt. This U-Plonker Rodney / we all think it's semi-pro has just made a break of 111. Believe it or not, he was on a 147. It took me a bit of arithmetic to work it out, but he was on a 147, and it ended up 111. So he already had the highest break of the tournament, but he's got the first century of the tournament. So I mean, you can try. So the trouble with a lot of decent snooker players, they end up trying to outshoot each other and outscore each other. And if you just go with that complete all-out, try and score all the time you're there, you're not going to win. You're not going to win tournaments doing that. You've got to duck and dive in this game. You come up against the wrong guy, he's going to make you look silly. So Rodney's got lucky again because he's blocked a pocket for the easy red. There is a red into the side, which you've got to be careful you don't snooker yourself with the black, because he'll be coming back for the black. He's got to get in that gap. Unless he's running forward, he's got to go through. Right, well, he's got himself on the pink. So this is a first opportunity that we've had since we've been in the match to see if Chicu can put anything together. Well, that's exactly it, Matt. That's exactly the point I'm making. You know, if you just, I mean, that break that he got, that 111, I mean, it did work out for him because he had 4 or 5 goes at breaking out the reds. And he did get them open enough eventually, but as I said, you know, you have too many goes doing that, and then you fall out of line. The other guy's just going to come in and feast. You've got to have a strategy to this game as well. Well, that's brought the pink back into play a little bit, but has he got a red to follow? Well, that 3-ball combination shot or plant might be on. It looks as if it's going to the jaw. The thing is that that ball is cutting across it slightly, but that'd be risky to take. So Chicu's break ends in 23. Well, there's no way. I mean, you know the strategy with Stubb, Matt. I mean, I know how I would play Stubb. I would just, you know, given the opportunity, I'd put him in trouble. I know that every time there's a ball available, Stubb's going to go for it. I know that for a fact. He doesn't think of the bigger picture. We know that he can pot balls, but what he can't do is play the strategy in snooker. And you should have far too much going on upstairs for Stubb. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he won a frame or two, because he will put scores together if the reds are in the open and there's colours available. He will score. And that's the obvious. I mean, it's the one thing that I judge players on when I'm watching. This tournament obviously, as to what level of game that you're at in terms of, okay, you can pot balls and okay, you can score given the chance, but when things aren't going that way, and when you're not playing an opponent who's going to capitulate, and by that I mean somebody who's just going to take shots on and think of nothing about it at all, not even think about position, just trying to put balls into holes. If they see a colour, they'll go for it. But the next level players are obviously playing position on balls and stuff. So that's the one thing I'll be critical of. I mean, it's all very well been a one-trick pony and one-dimensional potting balls and making scores and looking good for one frame, but you've got to win 6 frames in this tournament, in these matches, and that's easier said than done. One good break only wins you a frame, doesn't win you the bloody match. You've got to bring everything to the table. Oh, you'll definitely not be happy, and you can guarantee I won't let you forget about it if you can't deal with Stubb. But he's a bit like it's a bit like angling. You just dangle the bait for Stubb, and he'll take it every time, no doubt about it. And also, when he does get frustrated, and you put him in more trouble, he's going to go even more for his shots. That's always guaranteed, also. Well, if you play the game long enough and often enough in VP4, and you're half decent and you get an idea what you're doing, you're going to have a day where you're going to put a decent break together. Well, all of these reds are available now. He might be a bit straight in this black, but he wants to get rid of the red above the black because that's blocking the 2 other reds. That might be what he's trying. No, he's trying to get lucky again. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't. I don't think you would see Albinario doing that. You'd see semi-pro doing that. All these big deep draw screw shots to get into the reds. So the break goes to 40. The lead 19 at the moment. Now, he'll probably just a quick roll through for this red into the middle pocket. And he wants to leave the angle in the pink where he can just stun off it onto these 2 reds. Oh, he's going down for the black. Maybe he had too much angle. And this is not great either, where he is. He's just going to have to dab this through and leave the red into the middle, unless he's going to start running again. Well, he's just got to push through a wee bit here. I've got all these bloody alerts coming through in my phone. Yeah, he didn't get right through, but he's landed half decent in the 6. Maybe that the pink, not the 6. So that's this frame done and dusted pretty much. 40 in front. Final red. Snookers required. Frame over. There's another name I've never seen before. Steve already said it's him. When did Steve say that? He never told me. Maybe Steve agreed with some people. But all I'm saying is it's strange that you never see him in the stream. When Rodney's playing. I mean, having said that, he could switch on his laptop and log in that way to give us the impression that it isn't him and come into YouTube that way. Because it would mean him tabbing out to YouTube if he just used the single PC. Now that might be a valid point, Matt. Aye. That might be a valid point you've just made there. Oh aye, there's loads of ways to deceive people. Well, 4 frames to 0 for Rodney. And again, Chicu's fallen asleep. Now let's see if we can get a bit more right hand side on this cue ball. Oh, that's better. Why do you all care so dang much? Would it really matter? Well, you know, many people are thinking, and the way that he's playing snooker by trying to get into these reds is very much like semi-pro. You know, I'm getting more of a sniff that it's semi-pro than anything else. And again, taking big risks now. Here's the example of what I'm talking about. You know, he's gone in off. He's left loads of reds here. One in the D. One over the top right hand corner pocket that needs to be got rid of quick because he wants to get up there and get that blacknet spot. But let's see what Chicu can do here. That ain't gonna cut it. I think already get the sense Chicu wants out of here quick. He doesn't want to hang around, so let me just check something here. Just hang on a minute. Let's just check something. What's Travis's name again? Travis 7181, isn't it? Let's just check. Let's just stir the shit even more. What is it? 7181. Well, let's have a quick look. He'll be down the bottom, won't he? Oh, he isn't there. Well, Travis is keeping. He's keeping. He's keeping it secret. He hasn't got him as a friend. That stirred the pot even more. We don't like imposters. Well, you know, the one thing is that sooner or later they all give themselves away anyway. I mean, what's his name's changed his name more than anybody else. What do you call him? Mr. Fox. And he came back. I don't know who the hell he was before that because I can't remember. But anyway, he came back under another guise. I don't know why people want to do that all the time. Yeah, sick pool, aye, and I can't remember. He had names before that as well. Definitely. Yeah, this is just diminishing into a bloodbath, and Chicu is just having a bang. Got lucky there, I think. Well, now if you actually settle down here, you can put a score on the board here. But for those of you who don't know, Mr. Fox has been back in VP4 late in the evenings a couple of times. I've seen him. He has been back when he said he wouldn't be back. So even there he lied, didn't he? Well, the biggest drama queen I've ever seen in VP4 is certainly semi-pro. No doubt about that. Yeah, that's Matt hit the nail on the head there. I mean, how about that for being a drama queen? You know, that's, you know, throwing the toys out the pram and throwing the VP dollars away in the queues as well. Anyway. And I think some people are getting things out of context because this is only an online game. I mean, there are worse things you could be doing online in games, particularly if you get into these first-person shooter games. I mean, that's full of nutcases. Oh, there's no harm in stirring the pot a bit. I'm all for that. Especially when you can push the buttons and push them at the right time and wind people up. But that's what I'm saying. You know, it's an online game. That's all it is. Yes, and I think a lot of folk will keep it up until he comes clean. What do you think? Do you think he'll come clean eventually? Coldest pillow needs more friends. Well, I've got a friends list, and I think 99.8% that are on my friends list, I've never asked them. I've never asked him. Well, I did with Stubb. I asked him just to annoy him, and he never ever accepted that. But I think 99.8% of mine, as far as I know, are all people who just sent me friend requests. Well, that's a good strategy, you know, not talking to anybody, so that you don't give away any clues to anybody. Because, you know, if you start typing stuff, you can inadvertently put your foot in it, and then the cat's out the bag. So that's a good strategy. Keep stum, say nothing to nobody. That was another name that we don't see now. Machine. That's a good point, Cobra. That was another one we thought was semi-pro. Well, this is. I mean, it's only 4 frames to 0, but it's going to be pretty much all over bar the shouting here. I mean, believe it or not, Chicu's got a chance if he can get to the table here, but I doubt that very much. So Rodney, whoever you think he might be, goes into the lead, and this should be a clearance for 5-0. Well, while he's clearing the table here, let's have a little look at who lies in his path and who's going to give him problems. If we look, we see that if we put him in the bracket there, you've got Tony Sam against Progressive Pool. And I hasten to add that some of these matches might not go ahead. That top one could be one that could end up in a forfeit in both players, because Tony Sam gets the notion of playing in these and then he forgets all about them. He doesn't come into the lobby often enough, and he probably won't know he's getting proposals either if he is getting any. So that could end up being a forfeit. Spudboy could end up getting to round 3 without hitting a ball. And if that's the case, then Spudboy is going to be mincemeat from Rodney as far as that goes. So Rodney's going to have an easy time of it for the foreseeable future, possibly. However, if on the other hand Tony Sam plays and he plays snooker, doesn't play it often enough though. This Progressive Pool, no clue what level he's at. I'd be interested in that. But making an assumption, if Tony Sam gets through, then he's going to. I mean, Spudboy again is dead meat if Tony Sam gets a hold of him. It's a different kettle of fish if Tony Sam meets you Plonker Rodney in round 3. I'll tell you that. Yeah, he does that. He's done it in the past, and unless I get a hold of him on Facebook and tell him, he'll probably totally forget all about it. Monday night 9-ball Scotch double should have started at 7 o'clock, should it not? It's dead and buried. That's 7:30. Or is it 8 o'clock at the start? I think it's 7 o'clock, is it not? Well, the Reds all open again. I think the black ball's dead though, is it? Or will it go? Or is he playing for the pink? Well, the black goes. This is just a little jab. He's trying to play the little jab, and that's well done. Yeah, but his percentage is that high because he's only played 6 matches probably. I mean, he's never here. Let's be honest, he's never here at all. Well, this could be the second century of the night. I'm going to stick my neck in the line. Well, I may well just change my mind on that because he hasn't got out onto the black. He's got a dodgy cut. Yeah. So here's a situation where if Chicu stops banging balls and actually gets his head screwed on here, he could have a decent lead. Well, I mean, Matt, you're definitely good enough to win this. There's no doubt about that. What I would just say is I always give the warning. Just remember when to back away, and don't be too aggressive. Yes, it's good to be scoring, but it's not good trying to score too much and then suddenly you're giving them all away to your opponent. Got to bring the safety game to this game, because sometimes frames of snooker are about surviving. Try to keep yourself in it. So Chicu, I hasten to add, didn't do anything. And he had to stun that hard to get the cue ball out. He didn't have a great angle. You hit them that hard, they're not going to go in. You do what you want. I just hope I'm in the room when you're playing Albinario. And you do what you want, and I'll be clears the table each time, and I'll just type that in the chat. You do what you want, Matt, remember? There was a possible 147 earlier on, Bill. He wasn't a 147, he had 10 reds and 10 blacks, and then just got out of line. And the other annoying thing was that all the reds were on. It could very well have been a 147. But this is going to be game, frame and match here, and it should all be over in this visit. This table is asking to be cleared up. The break goes to 22, the lead is 49. And like I say, all too easy. I don't remember where the yellow was, Larry, but if you're a good enough player, you can deal with that when the time comes. I needs to bump. Well, I'm going to go back a few years, and it's just a pity that it is. Let me do this right now. Hang on a minute. Right, that's better. I'm going to go back a number of years when Glenn made a 147 in VP3, and if only I had decent recording software at that time, because all that there was at the time was Fraps and I hated it. But Glenn, his last black on that 147 he had in VP3, the cue ball was here, and he had to cut the black at that angle. It might even have been a wee bit steeper, but he had to cut it, and he got it. So I remember watching that. I was in the room watching it at the time, and then of course he cleared up after that. And there was a 147 in the Virtual World Snooker Championships in VP3 in a match. And somebody will remind me what his name was again. He was in VP4 for a night a long while back there. What the hell do you call him? Oh shit. Larry will remember his name. Matt might remember his name as well. But did it begin with a C? Did it begin with a C? Oh, that's going to annoy me. No. That was a bug. I remember Larry showing me that the way to bring that up onto the online. I remember Larry showed me that, and then of course Steve fixed it once he get told. Right, so Rodney with another 88 break this time wins the match comfortably, 6 frames to 0. I was actually at my dinner, Slim, and I got my times wrong because I was all set to do the VP Monster Rodney semi-final match tonight. When they set it this morning, I didn't realise they set it for another week. That Chalky, that's the name. Wit remembers. Chalky made a 147 in the Virtual World Snooker Championships back in the day in a match. In fact, that was the first one I think done in the World Championships in VP3. So, as we said earlier, Rodney's through. I'll probably, in fact, I might send a message to Tony Sam to waken him up and get his act together and see if he can be proactive and get a proposal sent in. Do we ever see this progressive pool in the lobby anytime? I've never seen him. So, like I say, if it goes the way it will go, and Spudboy gets advanced because these guys don't play and they don't turn up for the other match, then it's all too easy for Rodney at the moment. But you've got to then look further down the bracket as to who might end up there. Well, Larry is up against Coldest Pillow. Tarek plays Interchange X. Matt is in line to meet Rodney in round 3. That is very much a strong possibility. Bear in mind we're not giving Stubb a chance. So that's what possibly could happen there. A round 3 match with Rodney and Matt. So that might be something to look forward to. So back to the bracket, the schedule, sorry. We've got that match tomorrow night at 7 PM. I'll be there for that. That's Matt against Stubb and race to 6. Did we decide that there's no let me have a look at the calendar. I can't remember when 9-ball Scotch doubles is on. Well, clearly it was 7 o'clock it was meant to start. I was hoping it was going to start at 8 tonight and then we might get a tournament on. In fact, there's nothing on at the moment at all. The next tournament is why am I looking at that? Aye, 6 PM, 6:30. The next tournament's Black Ball at 8:30. And what time is it? What's the time? 7:45, so another 45 minutes until there's a tournament, which seems a bit weird. I thought Steve liked them to come thick and fast. And then there's the best of 5 at 9 o'clock. So that's it then. No 9-ball Scottish doubles this week. Although even if this match wasn't on, probably wouldn't have been any 9-ball Scottish doubles anyway, because I don't see anybody looking for partners. Yeah, you look at that. There's not anything going on in the chat from anybody looking to set a team up, which I can't understand why people don't want to play 9-ball Scottish doubles on a Monday night. I don't understand it. You should be getting, 5-6 teams in the damn thing, especially when it used to be double elimination and folk didn't like that because it was too long. And now it's single elimination. You can't get anybody in the damn thing, which is weird. I don't understand that. Well, let's go in and see this numpty. Oh, it's cold as pillow. Oh, if only I could pop balls. You've never had a snooker mode, Larry. You play snooker, but you play snooker in 9-ball mode. That's your problem. That's exactly your problem. You play snooker in 9-ball mode. What the hell's this guy doing here? Well, does the black go? It must. Well, here's a little thing. We could have a challenge match. Excuse me, where I'd be willing to put up $1,000 V to the winner. Snooker challenge, that is, I'm talking about. If anybody's up for it, $1,000 V to the winner. At least they have something to bloody well stream. If only Semi-Pro was around. Oops, I've done it again. No against me, for Christ's sake. I can't pot balls. I just can't see. I can't see edges to pot them. Is Cold as Pillow still in the stream, or is he just in that room? That depends also how much time people have got. What the hell does that mean? Hey bud, sorry, just sorting myself out. What's he doing? Is he stripping naked before he plays? Oh, I can visualise, Larry. The problem is, when I'm visualising, I'm seeing double edges in the balls. That's the problem. I mean, I mean, my safety game's still good. But that's it. I can't score. and I've just came to the conclusion to accept it. Right, I presume Coldest Pillow's not in the chat. Right. Hang on if we can type. Let's see if we can get a game going here. Well, Coldest Pillow's up for it. I'll stake the $1,000 to the winner. You know that my word is my bond. There'll be no any doubt of that. Well, Matt's bottling out because he's probably not got enough time. He's not saying anything. Matt's gone quiet. That's worrying. Well, he's maybe still, in inverted commas, sorting himself out. I hope he's not sorting himself out with a wife while he's playing this damn thing. Well, Coldest Pillow's listening, Matt isn't. Right, Matt, I've just asked Coldest Pillow if he's up for a race to 5 for $1,000 and he says he is. We're just waiting on your response if you've got the time. Right, set it up then. Well, this is good. Right, you've obviously got to quit and then set the bloody thing for... What a couple of numpties we've got here. It's still set to one game. Jesus Christ. What, we in a challenge room? I think we're in a challenge room, are we not? I think that's the problem. Right, that's better. that's where it was going wrong. It was a bloody challenge room. I never even realised that. Well, I'm in the room. I think the clue was in the name. Yeah, Coldest Pillow's found it. Don't set it in the bloody loch. I hate the loch. I even hate looking at a match in the loch. Set it in whatever, but not the loch. That's horrible. Right, so here we go. We've got our first to 5 between Coldest Pillow. Where the hell's Coldest Pillow again? He's got the Welsh flag, hasn't he? So we've got a Taff against a John. Alright, John. Yeah, I'm alright, John. You alright, John? And a race to 5 for 1,000 V dollars. So now we'll get an idea of whether the strategy is going to come into this. Welcome to Hair Pig. I hope you heard that. I'm not going to say it again. Okay, I will. It's a race to 5 for 1,000 V dollars. I'm Barry Hearn. I'm putting up the money for the winner. If you were here earlier, you'd have saw you Plonker Rodney forward / we all think it's semi-pro winning another match 6 frames to 0. Well, needs a bump on the black ball here, I think. You need to get a bit of luck doing that. Now, see, exactly here, I'm running for cover every day of the week. Even though there's a red on at the back of the bunch, I'm ducking for cover. You see, there's no way I'm potting that blue to play for the red. I'm running for cover and sticking him behind one of the bulk colours there. That's the way my game plan is when I play snooker. You know, I just know I'm not good enough. And I'd just be ducking and diving. And again, what's the golden rule whenever you're playing a safety off the pack? You have to go down and look at the pack before you play anything in snooker. You've got to look at what you're opening out, what you're lining up, and more importantly, you've got to check and see you're not leaving any plants on. What do the Americans know about snooker? They know jack shit about snooker. They've got 9 ball in the mind, that's what it is. I'm the local expert here in this game, boys. I am the expert. I'm the man for this game. I've been watching it for Christ Almighty. 1977. Well, I've been watching it since then, and I've played it for 20 odd years. Now, well, that's handy because there's nothing on the left side of that pack there. And he's going to have to play the big screw shot to get out of there. And the blue and yellow are no good. Now this green, can you? I don't think you can see enough of the yellow. No, you can't. Now the green, those 2 reds are a plant, possibly. Let's have a look. No, he's doing the right thing. He's ducking. No, they're not a plant. They're not set. I mean, that's what you do. You know, you put your opponent in trouble. That's not got the legs. That's not going to get there. Commentator's eye, and his eye is wrong. Or did he get that? Oh, he did get a hit. I thought he was going to go through the gap there. Well, I certainly would agree with that, Slim. See, now that creates a problem, because now the safety zone isn't the place you would go to. Red in bulk. The other problem, of course, is the red's on top of the brown, so it's difficult unless you're right side of the table and quite close to it that you can push that red away. Now you see, that was not the best shot in the world by Matt, because he's given Coldest Pillow a free go at this red here. He's going to have to run this cue ball up the table. Oh, Fast Eddie received a VIP membership, but Fast Eddie's not here, is he? I don't think he's here. I let him out the woodwork again. Now, what happened with that red there? Did Coldest Pillow miss it? He obviously must have. See, this is crying out to have VP4TV cam. It's crying out to have it. Because if it's a television broadcast, your cameras are down here. You've got two cameras down here either side of the black pockets. That's what you want, because this is the business end of the table. You want a camera here, and you want pocket cam as well, where they've got a camera right in the pocket, right in that back there. See where that back is? They've got a camera right there where the red spot is. Needs to stay off that cushion. Well, he's running away if he's taking the pink. And he's not got anything on there at all if he just rolls that black up the cushion. Now, if the black had gone in, it was actually quite difficult to play any sort of decent safety shot from this position off these reds. So Matt's in the same, he's in the same situation here where he's stuck. No, it would enhance the stream, so it would having cameras down in either, not the ones in the pocket all the time, but the TV cameras are like here. So they're like that. And then you can hit a button and you move over this side when he's potting the red. You know, you could switch and switch. I wish Steve would just come round to thinking that my idea is bloody brilliant and admit it for once. Because it's perfect for streaming doing that. Whereas I don't like swivelling around the table all the bloody time with the V button, with the donut. Well, this is tough, and it's tough from the point of view that he's got to get that cue ball out of there, and he doesn't want to go too far right. Now, the red to the left of the pink's a shot, but he's got to watch he doesn't go over behind the blue or the yellow. That's what I found, Slim. I found that out, and that's what I couldn't work out, why it allows you to gift a membership and I gave one out, and it went to some random guy who turned up wondering what the hell it was, and we've never seen him since. You don't get to choose. You should be able to choose a name. You probably can do that. I think you can do that in Twitch. I think you can probably do that in Twitch, but you can't do it in YouTube for some strange reason. It just gives it to any numpty. That's why, you know, I'm saying, you know, it's gone to Fast Eddie, who is a subscriber obviously, but it's, you know, it's just going to somebody completely random. Well, this is a bit of a scrappy first frame. Anybody's at the moment. But now, let me just speed up my mouse. I think that's part of the problem. I'll just hit the... Yeah, that's a bit better. Coldest Pillow's got a great chance now to win this frame. Now, he can go around the corner and out forward. He's not hit it. He's not hit it. Oh, almost there. Now, he should be on the pink. And again, it needs to bounce. See, that hasn't gone far enough. See, now he's in bother in terms of getting on the red. Now, that is tight to come over here with right hand side to check the cue ball. He's trying to hold it, but when you put, you know, as soon as you put that side in the cue ball, you're making the shot 10 times more difficult. Right, see you later, Slim. I'm sure Fast Eddie will appreciate your donation to him. Well, bit of a blunder there from Matt. And Coldest Pillow has got to capitalise on that. I mean, there's not really a problem in the table. I mean, the green and brown are both on this black cushion, but they're easily dealt with as long as you know, you pot the yellow and you've got a decent little angle in the green. And he should have that. He doesn't want to leave too shallow an angle on this brown. He needs enough so that he can get out. See, this is far too straight. Way too straight. So now the best he's going to get is a long blue into the corner. So that was, again, to be critical of Coldest Pillow, that was a poor shot, because you've got to leave that angle to get the cue ball up for the blue, but, you know, when you can slow roll them like that, and, well, that wins him the frame anyway. But that was a bad miss by Matt on that pink, trying to get out for the red. He got out onto the red, but the pace rattling the pink sent it out the pocket. Now, this is just a pot of red to get out of trouble situation here. Although the black does go now, will it spot? Well, if it does, it's going to get tied up. Unless he had an angle where he could bump that red out the way. He might be able to squeeze something here, rolling through. Yeah, that's what he was trying. Well, at least it's not quite cleared the situation, but that red there's the one to get rid of. Again, if you're a late comer, this is a follow up to the match we had earlier on in the Virtual World Snooker Championships. Rodney against Chicu was a no contest, 6-0 win for Rodney, and we've now got this challenge match between Coldest Pillow and MC underscore Clarkey for $1,000 V. Well, that was a pretty bad shot there from Coldest Pillow, because he never got anything in the cue ball and ended up hooked himself when the actual red he was playing for, and then he gets a lucky roll. The one over the right hand corner pocket was the one he was going for. Oh, I'm surprised you know who Kurt Stevens was here, Pig. I'm surprised you know him. In fact, now that you've mentioned it, I wonder what he's doing. Is he back to playing? Because he's Canadian, I presume he's back in Canada. And I'm assuming he might be playing a bit of pool. Or, I don't know. Because he was obviously... He ended up in a bit of a state, as far as I remember, with various concoctions he was administering to himself. Yeah, the 147 against Jimmy White, I sat and watched that as it happened. That was when it was at the Wembley Conference Centre, the Masters. There was like 2,500 people in that arena. It was the biggest venue in the circuit at the time, but I think that's been pulled down now. Or it was made into something else. Need to get away from the cushion. The big stun to hold for the red. Now he's got to get an angle off this black where he can stun into the pink if he can. That's not really good enough. Unless that you see something set somewhere. And there isn't anything there. Well, this is certainly going to bring some reds into play, but not if you play it that way. Which again, in VP4 is a sensible way to play it, simply because if you bring a red out and the other guy can see it, generally he's going to have a go at it. Now it's imperative that you get the length on this cue ball, and you're trying to find a line to get behind one of these baulk colours, but Matt's took the bait there, had a go, and he's ended up putting Coldest Pillow in trouble. Now this is an easy safety. This is easy in snooker. Just around the angles and into the back of the pack there. And that's where he's got it wrong, because it should have been into the reds to the right of the pink there, and it would have been perfectly safe. He just caught the top end of the pack. The pink doesn't go into the corner. Now if you just drop through, I don't know that he can hit this soft enough to do that though. I don't think he can. I think he's got to go up table for the blue or a bulk colour here. No, that's a golden rule in snooker. You never go into the pack off a red. Not in the professional game. You certainly don't do that. You might get the odd numpty who'll do that in VP4 because it's a lot easier to pot in VP4 than it is in real life. But then you're just hoping you're going to have a shot in a colour somewhere. But no, that's a no-no. You never do that. You're always looking for the angle off the colour to get into the reds. Well, Matt is odds-on favourite now to tie the match up at 1 frame apiece. He's 40 in front. Still needs another red and colour, I think. I don't know whether he'll brush off the pink, but he's looking to go through for the black, I think, off this. Now he can get a wee bit more aggressive. He's 54 in front, only 43 in the table, so he's going to have to stun this and try and split them. Yeah, he's got that. And now the exercise is just to try and clear the table. And when all the balls are sitting like this, you would always expect to clear up. Commentators curse. So 1 apiece in this race to 5. I've only got bloody 2 viewers on YouTube. One of them, well, I've got 3 viewers, but two of them are viewers. One of them is me. Everybody's got bored and gone. I wouldn't call this a big money match. I mean, it's just $1,000 V. Again, the danger in VP4 is that safety down in bulk is no good unless you get behind one of these colours because of that red over on the left hand side. So back to the bulk cushion here off this red. Well, there's going to be an easy snooker on here in a little while if that red remains there. And Coldest Pillow's trying to see if he can see enough of the red where he can double the red up the table and hold the cue ball. And well, that certainly protects the red that's on the cushion, and blue also covers the red that he's just played. So there's again well, I mean, this is not a difficult safety, this shot here. If you've played enough snooker and you can get your lines, you can get in behind that brown and yellow. You see, Coldest Pillow's fallen into the trap of going all out for the pot, when I think it was far easier to try and get the line behind that brown and yellow. Coldest pillow get into that a bit too much there. Well, you can cut this back full-blooded and run the cue ball down the table here. Because if he doesn't get good in a colour, the problem is it's not necessarily being good in a colour, the problem's the pack. He should be running for cover here, he should be playing a safety, banking the red up the table and coming across behind the brown and yellow. That's what he should be doing. Because if he's going to play for that red there, he's going to bust everything open if he tries to pot that red. And he's trying acrobatics. But now he's got the opportunity to find the safety zone, which is here, off that red. That's the shot he should be playing. And again, this is a big target area, but he's got a touch like a sledgehammer. That was way too heavy. Okay, he's not left anything, but got to get that more gentle touch in the safeties, because that again was a big target to get in behind. Now Matt hasn't quite got there to the cushion, but Coldest Pillow again has an opportunity to get good length in this cue ball, and the target area is still round by the brown and blue. And that's just gone the wrong side, but he's got decent length in the cue ball. Now Matt will be going off the red to the left here, not the one to the right. Again, thin edge. He doesn't want to bump the yellow when he comes down. He wants to come down, and that's the line. That is the line. It's just going to be a bit too heavy, I think. See, Matt's got the idea better there for the safety. And Coldest Pillow's got the same shot here with the one next to the pink. Got to get it thin enough though. You get it too thick, you're rattling in the jaws. And this is one thing about, you know, getting the practice in for the safety, because you're going to have to bring that to the tournament and get that length into the bulk area. So that we're going to get a bit of this going on at the moment, unless somebody gets really stupid and tries to blast something. And this is, again, perfect line. Perfect line. Oh, just a tad short. See, Matt has been playing snooker in VP3 as long as I can remember. And he's certainly much more adept from what I've seen so far in finding those lines and the pace. You see, this is going to end up behind the yellow maybe. And that's a good one. But is there an edge showing? Oh, it's tight, but there is an edge. I think there's an edge, or maybe not. I think there is an edge. Yep, there is an edge. And that was thin. So, Coldest Pillow has a shot to get on the black. So he's having a look at the moment in 3D mode, and he's going to be playing obviously. Right, I'm going to have to get down here. Yeah, so running from he's taking this red on it to the side here. You should never be doing this. You should never be doing this. Well, he's got to play the blue to get in behind the brown. He's doing everything to stay at the table. But he should be playing safe here. And that's just... See, he's just come out the wrong side. I think if he checked the cue ball up, he could have killed that a bit and got that behind the brown to cover this side of the pack, because this is the easy escape route here. Needs to miss the bump in the brown. Well, Coldest Pillow will be having a go at this though, because there's a path out of there. He doesn't want to thump it, he just wants to play this as a pot, because he's got the blue over the middle pocket here on the right, so he just wants to pot this and just let it run out. He doesn't need to thump it. And that's the sort of pace I'm talking about. Okay, he's missed the pot. And Matt will have a chance now. He wants, you know, even in this shot, again, you've got to be thinking your feet. You've got to look at these reds here. The red's encroaching on the black. So he wants the angle like that. That is perfect, because now he can just brush through. Make sure he brushes through far enough he can see this red and clear those reds there away from the black spot. This could go wrong if he doesn't go through far enough, and that black's going to spot and block him, I think. Yep. Commentator's eye. You've got to play it harder for that cue ball to roll out and get out of there, and he fell short on it. See, this is why you want me commentating in the snooker, because I knew where that would go wrong. Now, is there anything there for Coldest Pillow? I think it's time to wind it in. Oops, wrong button. It looks as if he's lining something up here. That red to the left of the pink, and this is again. Oh, I think he thought there was a plant there. It didn't seem obvious to me. And again, by taking on stuff like that, if he's doing that in the World Championship, he's dead and buried. There's times to be aggressive and times not to be. You're still in the early stages of the frame, and Matt can nip round the back of this black ball here. Well, at least I thought he could. But he played the more guaranteed shot where he's either got the choice of the blue or the pink. Problem is that the black is blocked by the red. So he has to... See, he's gone too straight on the pink, because what he wanted to do would be to get here to get rid of that. That's the problem ball for whoever's at the table. And Matt can deal with it now, so he can pot this red, pot the black, and pot the one that's the problem, and take care of that issue. It needs to go high enough. Now let's have a look at where this can go wrong. Yeah, he's just got to go forward again. Maybe check the cue ball a wee bit. He needs to make sure he's not covering himself with the black again. And that little bit of check he had in the cue ball is what caused him to miss the black. You see how the cue ball hit the cushion and went that way. He had a little bit of right hand side. But again, he's playing the right shot, because you had to make sure you were not covering yourself with the black. But you knew fine well it was the right shot, Matt. I needed a little dab of right hand side just to make sure you're not covering yourself up there. It was the right shot to play. The problem is that if you don't play snooker often enough, I mean, we're talking about coming online every night and playing. If you don't play it often enough, those shots are not gimmies. You've got to get into that habit again of playing stuff like that. The game's bloody tough enough as it is until you start putting left and right hand side in the bloody cue ball. But you knew and I knew that that was the right shot. Well, I was just about to say, I think I've jinxed Max to death here. This is, or Matt I should say, I think this is Christmas come early here for Coldest Pillow if he can get his act together. Because this table should be getting cleared up. Well, this is simplifying it. A little roll through for the pink. Now, has he got the angle? That's the most important thing, and he's got the angle just to stun this in, get a hold of the cue ball a wee bit. And you see, even that shot he's got wrong because he's not got a hold of it enough. You want to be there where you're not having to try and do stuff with the cue ball. If you're right on the red, you're on the black, no problem, or you're stunning it for the pink. Now he's having to do stuff here to control the cue ball and got on to probably the blue for this last red. And he's checked that big time to hold for the pink. And see, this is just because he got his previous shot wrong. And that was a great opportunity to wrap up that frame there for Coldest Pillow, and the chances are he's probably going to lose it now. You know, if you're a half decent player and you come to the table at this, you're thinking your odds are good to clear this up. All hinges on the nice little angle in this yellow. Well, this is a choice. You can nip it back, you can let it run and get out of there. Now, this is going to have to be checked up a bit here, a little bit again, just to come back across in the line for the brown. It needs to get the legs, it needs to keep opening up, that'll do it. But this time, once again, a little bit of stuff in the cue ball has caught Matt out. And this has handed it right. Well, you don't want to be there. And that's, again, that's poor. Because now this, you know, the in-off is on with this blue. He's playing it dead weight to run into the middle pocket. So, well, nobody wanted to win that frame at the end of the day, but Coldest Pillow comes out on top to regain the lead. Well, it's never a good break if you end up on the baulk line. And I think the black ball's already dead. I think he grazed that red there, or might even have grazed the black, but well, it's hard work. The pink and black are both dead in the water. And again, if this is me, I'm just cutting and running here. I mean, he's potting the blue and running the cue ball, hoping he gets lucky. Now, is there any way to play a safety off that red and get to baulk? Yes, there is. See, that's the one he should be playing to bring the black into play. And he can feather off that and come up table. Because if he's playing it that way, well, he's brought the pink in play doing that. But the shot I would have played would have been off the red. The black's not... it wasn't set as a plant, but you would have pushed the black ball free and got that cue ball into baulk. That was the shot I would have done. So this is a dead weight, roll it in with no pot other than the blue probably. But again, if it's me, with the way the balls are sitting, I'm playing safe off the yellow and ducking behind the green. That's what I'm doing here. Not a thought in hell am I taking the blue just for the sake of 5 points and trying to draw back to the red behind the black. You see, because what he's done, if he bumps something, well, he's got lucky that he's not left anything on, I don't think. But you see, for me, I'm always playing the safe off the yellow behind the whatever it was that was there at the time, the green. I think the blue bumped the green there. I would have always played the safety. I would have took the points and run. Well, this is tricky because you're pushing reds to the right side if you're playing off the bunch of balls. Now you're just trying to double the red and stay behind the black. But he's given Matt an easy safety here. And Matt may well be playing this with a wee bit of spin off the cushion to try and bump the cue ball over towards the brown and blue. Watch the side pocket though. Well, it's gone safe. So that's the red to play the safety off of. And again, when you're playing the safety off this red, you're looking for brown and blue. Is there a pot on? Oh, I didn't know that red went behind the pink there. That was a bonus. I never spotted that. Well, Matt's in a similar position here with this black ball. And hopefully for his sake he's not listening to me this time. Well, he looks as if he's coming up the table. Yeah, the red goes. Problem is the black doesn't. But he can roll through to the other side of it. He's fine. Needs to get away from the cushion. So there's the one red at the back of the bunch still goes. And again, that's not the one he played for though. He was playing for the gap to get on that red that's blocking the black. And now he's going to have to brush off the other red, just hold for the black, but misjudged it. So looking at these two guys at the moment, I don't think Rodney's going to be running for cover in fear of anything from what he's seeing here so far. Coldest Pillow having a blast on the black ball to get the reds open. Well, he's achieved one thing out of that. He's opened up the reds. And Matt has got a feast here if he fancies it. So black on its spot. He hasn't blocked himself off, I don't think. No, he can just squeeze through there, I think. And just roll through, I think. Or you could stun back and come up with this red. He's actually overhit that by quite a margin. He didn't want to be there. He was wanting to be anywhere sort of there to come back to the black. Now he's having to dig out a shot. And that's a good little recovery. So now the pot in the black, he could play for a bump. He's trying to come up above the other side. Black just squeezes in and that's perfect. Now he's in business. That's just gone a bit too straight. He's got an angle there. He might just come back. Well, the big draw and the spin to get out the other side, that was also well done. So the break goes to 47. The frame is 1 and we're at 2 apiece. Now the angle on that yellow, you can go forward. And a decent angle on this green as well to get back out into the table for the brown. Oh, he's just decided to take the more difficult shot, trying to cut this into the side. And that's well done. Break goes to 63. So pink should be from this side if he's letting it run. And he's just left it a bit short though. But he can roll this pink in sort of dead weight, and the cue ball will just roll over and come out this side of the black. And that's perfect. So a good little clearance from Matt. A break of 81. Nice little tidy up job for frame number 4. Now Matt needs to get the cover behind the green, and he has done, and that's what you call a break, because that's blocked the right side of the pack, it's blocked the red, but there is the safety off the left side of the pack. Now Cold as Pillar's just checking what damage he's going to do when he plays this safety. But he's got to get this length in the cue ball. He's going off the right side. That's tricky. Now Matt can play a shot to nothing here off that left side of the red and come down into ball. Although he hasn't got the cover, so Cold as Pillar's got a, well, not an easy red, not a gimme, but he'll certainly be getting the cue ball out of there. Well, he doesn't want to keep rolling. Now he's sort of in the middle of no man's land here. Now, again, the sensible thing to do is just to play the safety, play the snooker. He's going all out again just to stay at the table when he should be putting Matt in trouble, probably. Now, is he on that red? Now, does that one go? That one doesn't go. Now, this is tricky. And that was well played. So these are sort of little extra bonus points, but I'm all for putting my opponent in trouble when I've got the opportunity to do it. It's much better forcing your opponent to open the reds up than it is you having to do it. And he missed a hit. And now Cold as Pillar's going to end up opening him up. Well, he won't open him up when he plays him as thin as that. That was very well done. Likewise, Matt's got the same problem. Got to double check the pack. Check and see where anything's going when you hit something here. And that's not bad. He's got the snooker, but again, a huge target, this bunch of reds, to go around it. The two rails or two cushions into the back of the pack. Well, this time that's just hit on the perfect point there, where the cue ball just coming back up the side of the pack. But it still gives Matt an easy safety. And Matt's got his line and length reasonably good. back to within, like, you know, 3-4 inches of the vault cushion. Now, that's not got the legs. That's way short in weight. Well, this is dangerous. This has got in off written all over it. Oh, he got it thin enough though. And again, Matt's pace on the safeties has been a lot more consistent than Coldest Pillow. Now, he's going to see if he can redeem himself from his last shot he played. Well, that bump in the green has left the bait out for Matt, because Matt can roll this red in and he'll be on the black. Now we need to check. See, those two reds go into this pocket, provided that one goes out the way. And now he's got to watch he doesn't snooker himself behind that red. If he's nipping back the way, yeah, he's bumped a red, and again he may well have been doing something to enable him to do that, and that's what's caused him to miss the red. Now, Coldest Pillow can cut this in, come to the long rail or the back rail, and come out for the black. That's the shot to play. You play it to cut it in and come down and around this side, and you should have a shot in the black. See, that was not the shot, and I'm surprised you didn't see that, because that's the shot I would have played every day of the week. Cut the red, spin it to the rail, get it this side in the black, and you're good to go. It was more than obvious that was a shot. I would never even have thought twice about it, and Coldest Pillow never gave it a second thought at all. The reason I say that shot I would have played is that you're guaranteed you're on the black. What Coldest Pillow was trying to do there was difficult to execute and get into that spot. And it ended up being ugly at the end of the day. So there's nothing in it at the moment. And again, Matt, before he plays his shot, he's just looking at how balls are going to run when he hits this red. And that bump in the yellow has done him a favour. That covers the open red. And Coldest Pillow's got a big target here, yellow and brown. Better line here. Better line here. And that's not bad. I mean, okay, he's not got the cover. Matt won't be cutting that, and he shouldn't be that silly. Well, he is. I'm always running for cover off that, because you're not really in control of the cue ball here. It's too thin to have any great control in the cue ball. And he's hoping he's going to get a fortunate roll here. You know, so he's gone all out for that and playing it at pace and hoping he gets lucky. That's not the way to play it. He should have played the edge and played safe off that. And he might well have landed in his feet here, because he's left nothing simple here for Coldest Pillow. You know, players think they've been done an injustice because they've not been left a gift, but then they start taking on stuff that they really shouldn't be taking on. Well, what do you do next? I mean, you've got to nail him to the green. Well, Matt can't really get the line off the right side of the table. And he was trying to play it dead weight, so he'll get another go at that. Problem is, he might well get it right this time. And he's left a red on though. Cue ball's got to come out of there though. There's nothing doing on the black. Held it for the pink, so that's worked out okay. So now he's got a choice. Either probably play the red into the side. Now, again, if he'd played that a wee bit more, well, he's managed to get it. He could have had the cue ball in a better position, but that would have involved putting side in the cue ball. So he left it tougher, and he got himself out of the problem. And now the red that's second above the black, or the one that's third above it, is the ones to play for. And he hasn't got a hold of the cue ball. I don't know that was in the plan. He's not really got a hold of the cue ball there, and he's running loose now. So I can see that that Coldest Pillow can pop balls. There's no doubt in that, and yes, he's made centuries. There's just one or two shot choices, and finding a more consistent length on safeties, but she can do through table time, and provided he stays long enough in the snooker tournament, he could settle into it. Well, the break ends on 37. There is only 43 in the table, so Matt's got to take the red and the black. In fact, no, tell a lie, I never even saw the third red. There's 51 in the table. So Matt still needs a snooker, but he should take this black, get on one of those two remaining reds, and then keep that last red in the table. Now, where the last red, well, he's not finished great. The plan would have been to actually lay a snooker behind the pink there on that red. And now Matt's got to come up with something better. Now, has it got the legs? Oh, that was a foot short of where he wanted to be, and that would have been nasty for Coldest Pillow. And he's going to have a go at this. And that will secure the frame. And so Coldest Pillow will go back into the lead in this race to 5 for $1,000 V. For anybody who's joined, who may be wondering what's going on, we had a Virtual World Snooker Championship Round 2 match earlier this evening between U-Plonker Rodney and Chicu. And Rodney had his second 6-0 win in a row. That's all done and dusted and finished. So we've got this challenge match between Coldest Pillow and MC underscore Clarky for 1,000 V dollars, which I will put into their account once this match is over. Well, the winner of the match, that is. I'm not giving 1,000 V dollars to both of them. So Matt had a, what did he have? Was it an 84 break a couple of frames ago? And we've not really seen anything yet substantial from Coldest Pillow. But you don't have to be necessarily putting big breaks in all the time. You just have to play the game right. And just know when to wind it in. Well, I think Steve Davis tried that break for a little while. Because the modern professional game of snooker now, you've really got to get that cue ball right on the baulk cushion off the break, because if you don't, and the opponent can get their hand on the table and there's a red on, they're generally going to have a go at it. And the problem with professional snooker is the players are that bloody good at the at the top end of the rankings that if you break off, leave a red on, you could be sat there for the rest of the frame. And that's happened many a time. The standard's nowhere near good as that in VP4, but nevertheless it's still a lot easier to pot in VP4 than it is in real life. So once again, my mindset's exactly this. Pot the brown and Coldest Pillow, putting everything in it to draw into the bunch of reds, and he's on nothing. And the red that he's going to be playing, well, he's going to have a go at this, I think. But he's certainly heading up into the long grass. Just overcut it. And he's left it on for Matt. Blue's not sitting particularly good. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to play for there. Not quite sure. Well, he's looking at those two reds where he's intended to play safe off. One of them's going to bump the black, but it could also go that direction. No, he had a pot on, did he? I never even looked at that. Well, that pink ball has got half a pocket to go in, if he fancies that, but he's just got to roll it dead weight to get it in. He's not going to be on a red. But the easiest shot is playing the yellow and ducking to the baulk cushion. or the brown. See, the thing is though, if you play the yellow, you'll get the brown and the green to try and get in behind. Well, it misses the yellow. It's almost a pass mark there. Could have done with another few inches of roll on it. The thing is that sooner or later there'll be a pot on, and there's colours in the middle of the table here. The blue still not sitting particularly good. It's more or less got to be a bulk colour to keep you going, but I think nothing's changed. Cold as Pillows had a bit of a blast to try and improve things. Well, he's done that as far as the blue goes. The red bumping the blue into play. And now the problem is he's got the wrong angle on that red. Cue ball would be heading round behind the red and black up there, and the black doesn't go past the red, so that's no good. But the pink certainly goes. Now there's some points here for him. But the pink didn't spot, so the pink's now down on the brown spot. So it's now a long distance game. Got to get high enough, and he's got a nice angle to do it, to get on this black. And he's just got there. Well, now he's too tight to the cushion. And again, taking a risk. That red goes past the black though, I think, when it spots. Yes, it does. So now he's good. And you're always trying to make sure you don't go too close to these cushions, because that always limits what you can do with a cue ball. And he's left that a bit short. Now he's going to be heading up table, and he'll have choice of colours, not a problem with that. And the brush in the blue is the wrong side of it, and the shot to play would be the yellow to come around the angles and down this side onto these reds. But he's content to leave the longer red down the rail for the black, which, you know, you wouldn't do that in the professional game. The professional would have played the shot I was talking about, whereas in Virtual Pool 4 you can just roll things in like that. Pro's never going to leave a shot like that for his next red. But now it's shaping up to be, well, it's already Cold as Pillows' highest run of the match so far, I'm pretty certain. Now, can he just roll this black in and miss that red? Has he got enough room to get past it? Yes, he had plenty of room, but has he got the legs to get to the pocket? No, he hasn't. Well, the lead is 53, but as far as Cold as Pillows concerned, there's 59 still in the table. And Matt can punish him here. He's been given the chance, and Matt's still got every red on here. Oh, he's under-hit that by quite a bit. He's under-hit that quite a bit. Now, is he playing for a bump? Or is he playing to get right side? He's playing for a bump. How's his luck? Not too bad, it has to be said. He's just going to have to nip this back for the black. Well, now cold as pillow is hoping and praying that Matt's not going to steal this. And I think Matt, well, what is he? He's 36 behind with the black still to count, of course, so that's 29 behind and 35 in the table, isn't it? Something along those lines, if my arithmetic's close enough. Well, there's a bit of a problem with the brown not being in its spot and the pink being there. Well, that's a shot. If the cue ball keeps going, that's the one to win the frame, because that's now taking care of the pink. It's back up to where it should be. And now he can go around the other side of the green going forward. Needs to keep going though, needs to keep going. Again, he's just left that a wee bit short, but he might be fine. I think he can just pot this and let this cue ball run out, and he'll be on the brown into this pocket. I think he might get away with this. Yep, he certainly has, but he's just overcooked it. And this is what I was saying earlier in the Rodney match, that this cue ball just runs on more than you think, and that's why your touch has got to be so good. But he's recovered the situation again, and more importantly, he's the right side of the blue, and he's also comfortably off the cushion, so he can roll through. And this is again just dead weight, just all you're doing is potting the pink and letting the cue ball come out enough for that black to steal the frame. And cold as pillow's going to find out that there's more than one guy in this tournament in the World Championships that will do this when those balls are all there. And that's a steal for Matt to tie the match up. That clearance there of, what was it, 58? The object lesson for that bad miss by cold as pillow when he had the table at his mercy there to win the match. And you've got to have the game to be able to do that, because things, you know, that's what's going to happen. Guy misses a critical pot, there's still enough on the table, the balls were sitting pretty good, and Matt done the business. Well, the obvious thing here is he wants to clear that pocket, he wants to knock the red in and get the other one out of the way. And well, it's gone in. That was handy, it was never a guarantee. And well, he's trying to get into the pack one way or another, didn't quite get there. And again he can play the thin safety off the red and get himself up table, but he's playing the pot and holding for the black, and that was very well done. And now he's going to be aggressive. This is the brave shot. This is the This is the one that tests your nerve, because he's going to bust the pack open here. Yeah, he would have liked it a wee bit squarer, not quite as much an angle. What damage has he done? Well, he's certainly left a red. Not a problem with the colour. So Coldest Pillow looking to redeem himself here and give Matt some of his own medicine. Now the same rule that I keep talking about in every other game applies here. It's no different. You've got to know where you're going before you make your move, because you're specifically choosing to get on a ball, and that's gone wrong straight away. Now a perfectly easy safety shot can be played off this red. The only thing is he's not hit that anywhere near hard enough because he's left the red in play. He had to find a way to get that red back up towards the bunch, and he never really hit it. So it was not a good safety. Now if you come to playing snooker in VP4 and you're a good potter, and you're in that frame of mind most of the time, then you might not give yourself enough practice at playing decent safeties. There's been times, probably Coldest Pillow more especially, where I think he just needs to brush up in his safety a bit more. There's aggressiveness and there's sense. There's sense. There's, what's the word I'm looking for? There's sensible shots to be played. And Matt's looking to build up a healthy lead here, and the Reds are not sitting ideal, but there's ways to deal with it, and it's all to do with the pattern that you're playing. I don't think he's hit that. Oh, he's just hit it and no more. It died a death and finally dropped. Well, if he plays the red and plays the blue, he's got one red that he can play for this side, coming around this side, but it's a tight space to get in. Now he's looking to see if a red goes into the middle, and well, one certainly does. Problem with this though is he's got to go full-blooded for it to get the cue ball out of there going forward off this black. And you've got to watch how it comes off this black, because it could end up following the red into the side pocket. Strange things happen when you start hitting other balls when you don't want to. Well, for once he's decided it's not worth the risk, and that needed a wee bit of right spin in the cue ball, so that when it hits that rail there, you're trying to spin it in behind the brown and yellow. But he hasn't covered the vital side of the pack. The black was the cover on this side of the pack, but he left an escape route for Coldest Pillow. And Coldest Pillow is just a fraction short, I think. Yeah. I mean, this is the safety zone here, in this line. And Matt's way too thin. Now, here's a question for Coldest Pillow. He's got ball in hand. Does he put Matt back in to play the same shot? Because Matt's going to get it right this time. You see, that's a big mistake. I mean, Matt might get this perfect. Well, he's got it a wee bit too heavy because there's a red out in the open. But Coldest Pillow's going to be bumping this red into the blue. But I would never have given that back there. I would have always played the safety. And he hasn't bumped to blue. Now he has to get the cover. Oh, and that might be just creeping out. It has done. Well, Matt, with the match tied at 3 apiece, has, well, a decent little lead at the moment. It's going to come to an abrupt halt though, unless you can manufacture something here. Looking for the hit. Yeah, trying hell for leather to get a hit and something off that blue, but that was really tough. Now if Coldest Pillow can get a decent safety here, because again there's a line of balls to hide behind here. Well, that's suicide, what he's just played there. And again, there's a problem with this shot. The cue ball might hit something of this blue. It might miss it altogether. Depends on the pace he's playing it at. I think he was doing his best to try and avoid hitting the blue. And Coldest Pillow back at the table sooner than he thought. He's going to have to take the one up the table unless he cuts that one in at the side. And I hasten to add, this is a chance for Coldest Pillow to do what Matt did to him in the last frame, because this table is crying out to be cleared, because there's not a problem in the table. This is all about how you control that cue ball now. It's a perfect exercise in getting out. I was just cleaning my mouse pad there. So Coldest Pillow 15 behind. Red wide open in the middle of the table. So no excuse not to get half decent on this. Again, don't want to be too close to the cushion. So that again is not good, because that's not where he wanted to be. I think his intention was to come out for the black into the same pocket, and he's underhit it. And now he's in the middle of no man's land here and needing a recovery shot. He can't see the green, which would have been in fact, he can see the yellow, but that's far too tight past the green. It does go. It's got 2/3 of a pocket to go in, and he's got to remember this yellow's coming back up. Oh, has he got really lucky? Look at this. Look at this. The old hit and hope. This yellow ball may well be on in a minute. Yes, it is. So with an extremely fortunate run of the ball there, Coldest Pillow has a chance to finish this frame off, but it's not guaranteed yet until he gets decent on this green. Oh, that's going to have to go somewhere, but it's not really got a pocket. It's not got a pocket. Doesn't go in past the brown. Doesn't go in past the black. So now you've got to run for cover here. Well, Matt has got a good chance of getting cover, even if the green's going over to the right. The brown and the black can come into play here. I don't know if they can see enough of the green to stun the cue ball and try and hold behind the blue. He might be trying that. He isn't. He's going for the edge. So now he's looking for the line behind this brown and black. Oh, he might be coming into the gap. Now has he got enough room to get the potting angle there? It's tight. It is tight. But he could get it. The cue ball needs to keep running. It needs to keep going. Well, now he's got to run around the three rails and bump the black. Well, it's going wide. Well, I think all you can do is just roll this to the baulk cushion. And even then, that's not easy because the pink's in the way. And he's played that well though. He's got the line behind the pink. And there's a big gap behind that blue as well. So this is tough. Matt's going to put a bit of left hand side on this to kick the back of the blue. And this is going to leave a shot on for Coldest Pillow. So he's 1 point in front, but this is frame ball, provided he can get out of there and get on that pink. Now, what I said earlier is that the winner of this match is going to get $1,000 V added to their online account. I can't do that from the internal browser. I have to go to the external browser to do that. And I will do that as soon as the match is over. Whatever player wins this can check their balance. They can also check their payment history, and they will see that $1,000 V has been added to their account. And right now, the favourite for that is Coldest Pillow. He has the lead. This is tricky. He's played it well. Oh, he could have done without that though. Just caught the knuckle there, and that just straightened the cue ball out. Needs another good pot, but he's got a perfectly simple safety he can play here. Those two reds are doing nothing on the left hand side. He can easily just play safe off one of the baulk colours. But he's been enticed too much with the blue to get on that red to the left of the pink. You see, that's again just, you know, going hell for leather, but he had an easy safety. That's my argument. the safety was a lot easier than the pot. And of course, with the blue ball hanging over the pocket, it was easy for Coldest Pillow to get the colour. How's his luck? How's his luck? Not particularly great. I mean, he's got a pot on there, but that he's running into the black. Now he's having to dig out a pot up table. Sitting nice on the pink now, I think. No, he isn't, because the pink's blocked. But he's perfectly straight in the blue. Oh dear, but he sent it offline. He might have been better taking a wee bit more time over that shot, just making sure he was lined up. And that's a bit careless. It's also careless from the point of view that he hasn't played it good at all, but I think he's just left enough of the red. Yes, he has. So that's a bit too slack there from Coldest Pillow. Well, the pace looks good. Oh, he might be interfering with these reds, though. He might be. Yeah, he's hampered big time. Yeah, that was looking good for a minute there. If he just falls here, he's on a red, no problem. I mean, now he's on a red, but look at what he's having to do. This is ugly. Well, he gets the pot, but everything becomes tough because he's not run through far enough on the pink. And once again, should be running up towards that blue ball off the pink. That's what he should be doing. Again, pot and balls to stay at the table. I mean, look at where the cue ball's gone. He's never going to be in a red doing that. He would have been far better playing off the edge of that pink to get onto the blue. He could have bumped the rail to go to the blue. That was a shot. Now if he pots the pink there, he's got this red that is a pot, but again you're just hoping you can end up on something. So Coldest Pillow would have ended up having to play a safety. Well, the middle red of the three is the one to play the edge of. That's what he's looking for. And this pace is better. Now he needs to get cover. And well, it's going to be awkward. I think when Matt moves his cue, he might be hampered slightly for this red. Maybe not. I don't think he is. No, he's fine. You can get the edge of the red. But where's the cue ball going? Well, he's got enough of the pink. He's also got the brown. The brown would be the simpler shot just to roll through, and you've got the two reds up there. You see, Matt never looked at the brown. He decided to play the big stun. When the actual shot was, he was sitting there. That was a shot. You know, you roll the brown in and you roll through, and you've got two reds there, no problem. He actually chose the harder shot. Oh, sorry, Coldest Pillow, my bad. Again, I'm too busy focusing on the table and forgetting who's coming to the table. But that was not the shot. Coldest Pillow made completely the wrong choice there. Never gave the brown a second thought, and the brown was simple. It was just roll it in and roll forward enough, and you're on 2 reds easily. And dare I say it, it may well not cost them the match yet, but the problem is that with those 3 reds tied up as they are, Coldest Pillow's the one with the problem, because he's got to get rid of a deficit first. Matt can just tidy up what's here and end up for cover and have a decent little lead. I mean, it's not a big frame breaker the way it's sitting at the moment, but he's got the easy opportunity to run for cover here. Unless he gets that angle where he can do damage. Now, it'd be a big risk to do that now, because you could have run the red in and went around and bumped these reds and hoped you were on the black. He's actually ran too far in the black. And that's straight out of the Tactical Genius safety shots for VP4. Because, I mean, it's a big target to hit. But he might be getting more than 1 or 2 goes at this if he doesn't get it. And I think that looks good to me. Maybe a bit heavy. No, it was perfect. That was very well done. Now, the way the reds are sitting, the one on the inside definitely goes, the one on the cushion. So there's going to be even less likelihood of any of these guys heading down to bulk here. It's trying to use the black ball as cover. That's a shot. I like that. I like that very much. I mean, Coldest Pillow can see a bit of the red, but he couldn't really do much with the cue ball. And now it's getting tricky. I mean, you can brush off that red very fine just to bring the cue ball up there, but there's not a lot of places to go with the cue ball really with the way these are sitting. Now, Coldest Pillow can do it. This is a much safer shot because you can brush the edge and just head into the long grass up table. And oh, he's not played that very well. He's not played that very well at all. And that was bad. Because not only that, he's hit it like a sledgehammer as far as the edge of the red goes. And not only scratching, he's given ball in hand and Matt a free go. Well, that was an execution error there from Coldest Pillow. Well, again, Matt could be over aggressive and try and pot the blue and disturb these, but he doesn't need to. He just needs to bide his time. Coldest Pillow's the one with the problem. And does this get the legs? I don't think it does. That's a wee bit short. And he'll be given another go at that. He'll get it better this time. And he's now, what is he, 26 behind? No, he's not. He's 28 behind. Or is he? Can I count? I haven't a clue. And that is horrible. That was horrible, that shot. Well, the safety area, or 32, was it? I couldn't see the scores. My eyes are streaming with a hay fever. And I've took a tablet. I mean, I took one of my one-a-days, but at this time of day it starts to kick in again. And my eyes are absolutely streaming. I'm having to clear them every minute or two. Well, this red ball on the right side as we look is going to be edging in towards the blue. Oh, now. Well, the red doesn't go. And this other red is heading in a similar direction now. So it's all about getting the snooker in the red, because you can't play the one over the corner with the blue. Oh, welcome to Tam. No, the match we had earlier tonight started at 6 o'clock with Chicu and U-Plonker Rodney, and Rodney won at 6-0. He had a possible 147 on. He had 10 reds, 10 blacks. The break ended up as 111, so that's a new high run for the Virtual World Snooker Championships. But what I offered is I offered a challenge match to whatever two would hold their hands up for $1,000 V, race to 5. And these two were the two that volunteered. And at the moment it looks as if it's going all the way, although it's not cut and dried yet, but this red and blue are going to be the big issue here. Who won that tennis match earlier on, Tam? The one with the guy that beat the one with the big German that beat Cameron Norrie. Who won that? Because he ended up being down a break in the final set against that big other boy. I can't remember his name. You get any idea? I presume the other boy won it, because he was 2 sets down, or 2-1 down when I seen it, and then it went to the final set. Well, Cold as Pillows had a brain fart there. Oh, wow. He had enough room to see the blue. That's amazing. I didn't even think he could get enough of the blue. Oh, that changes it altogether. Oh, this could be a steal for the match here. I did not go round and look at that. I didn't think he could see the blue. I thought he lost the place there and decided to tidy things up and take a risk, but he ended up potting it. Well, who was the last Scotsman at Wimbledon? There was no Scotsman at Wimbledon. The last Scotsman Where was he? Djokovic. And I take it, is he still playing, or is that all finished as well? 3-set to love victory, I would assume. Djokovic. Aye. Aye, would have won 3-0 then. If it was going to be any longer than that, they'd still be playing at 9:45 at night. Well, cold as pillow. A critical pink, and he's still behind. Well, does he play the double, or is he playing the cut into the middle? Oh, that's a great shot. Is the cue ball getting there? Not quite. So it's a black ball finale in this frame, but it's the match winning frame. And he's had a go at it. Was never easy. And, well, Matt's in between shots here. It's past the middle pocket. That's never cutting in there. He's got to make sure he doesn't, go in off. And we've got a final frame decider. 4 apiece. That red is hanging loose. But the cue ball from Matt is perfect. And again, if you get the break right, he's got the cover behind the green. He's got the right side of the pack covered. But the pack is a big target to hit. And Coldest Pillow has got it right. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. Needs to get lucky here. Oh, he has done. Now, Coldest Pillow's got the problem. Does that red cut past the red? He's had a go at it. Yeah, this is what we want. Well, from what I can judge, there's a little room for improvement for Coldest Pillow. 1 or 2 shot choices. That's where I would be critical. Working his length and his safeties as well. A wee bit more. But not an awful lot. Well, I suppose the other thing is it's giving you, you're getting some table time out of it, considering that there's a championship on as well. You get that sequence of frames under your belt. You've got that table time, and I think the other thing is that you're in a competitive situation where you're not just playing in a room on your own banging balls about, because that's a bad habit to get in, because then you're not under any pressure at all to actually execute the shots properly. This sets your mind on a goal. You've got to apply yourself. and use the knowledge that you've got to construct breaks together here and know when to run for cover. You get out of that habit altogether when you're just banging balls. And that's the biggest criticism I had about semi-pro. You know, semi-pro spent far too much time going into a room, banging the back of the pack to make 147s, that he's got out of the habit of actual match play. And match play is where it counts. You know, I've always said, and you know, you make as many big breaks as you want. It's about match play in big tournaments. You know, 147 doesn't qualify you to let everybody think you're a virtual world champion at snooker. It means nothing. You've got to do the business and get yourself in at the deep end in events like this. And the over-aggressive style that you get into the habit of playing when you've got the one mindset, and that's making big runs all the time, that doesn't work. And it doesn't work when you come up against the wrong type of player to be playing that way, because they're going to feast all the time. And this is Stubb's problem tomorrow night. Stubb doesn't see the game any other way than potting balls. So all you need to do is dangle the bait out for him, and he'll take it every time. And I keep going back. I've said this before in the stream. There's some people probably never heard it, but there's those that will have heard it. I remember, and I've never played Stubb at snooker since, and that must be what? How long? It must be 15 years. It must be more than that. When I was playing Stubb at snooker, and I had, was it 2 centuries back to back I had, or something like that. I certainly had a century, and I think maybe let's just call it evens and say that I fell short of the second century, but was on for a third one, and he bailed out and quit. He didn't even let me finish at the table. So on that day, I said to him, I said, I'll never play you again at snooker, and I never have. I never have. Anybody that does that to me, I don't entertain dealing with them again. But that was that's all talk now. I can't do anything like that now. And VP3, let's be honest, was a lot easier than this. And also, again, I don't. I mean, if I was retired and I was doing nothing, I could play a lot more snooker. Well, the plant must have been there, or Matt wouldn't have had a blast. I never went down to look, but look at the table now, and unfortunately, he's going to have to produce a pot here if he wants to. He's got to go for a pot, really. Can he see enough of the black? Yes, he can. You know, after you do that sort of damage, you've got to think yourself unlucky not to be sitting better than that in a colour, but he's pretty good now. And he's going to have to produce the goods here, because he's, what, 30 behind or thereabouts, whatever it is. 23 behind or something. And this table, again, it's like the frame we had earlier on, where Matt was like, I don't know, was he 40 odd behind or whatever, or maybe 50 behind or something, and cold as pillow, just he he didn't have an all too difficult shot to continue, but he mucked up the visit. He had the table at his mercy. There was enough points left in the table, and Matt cleared up with an 84 to steal the frame. And this is, well, the gap isn't quite as big. The deficit wasn't quite as big when Matt came to the table, but this is, again, a table that Matt's got to fancy he's getting out here. And again, it's just keeping that cue ball on a tight rein, getting there or thereabouts on the next ball, and he should be good to go and get the job done. I mean, this last red down the cushion here, this is not a problem to get good on that last red. All you need to do is get that cue ball on the right side cushion. The problem's this one here on the left hand side. He needs to get the legs in the cue ball, and that's pretty good pace. Although he might be a bit straight. Well, yeah, I mean, he can just roll forward, or he's decided that the benefit would be getting closer to this last red. So now, with him being in the blue, he can just roll through. He's got to roll through far enough. And he might want to just baby this in and take the brown as it is. Or even the yellow. Depends on how much he tries to do with the cue ball. I would suggest not a lot. Yeah, the brown is fine as a bailout, but it's probably got to be the pink, because then you've got to get around for the yellow. The pocket's blocked by that pink. Now he needs to go far enough. It needs to keep going. Well, this is where you can just come up high enough in this green. Now, again, dead weight, just let it roll in. Maybe check the cue ball a wee bit. But I think he's just decided to take his medicine. He's got a slight angle. Going to have to punch this in though. And, well, it's all over. He's 26 in front. What am I talking about? It's just about cleared the table. So it's going to be MC Clarkey is the winner of the challenge match tonight. Race to 5. And this is a nice little finish, just like I had earlier on. He can't beat the high run. But it's still impressive enough. So an 84 to steal a frame, and an 80, whatever it was, an 80 to steal the match. So final frame winner for MC Clarkey. Well done to both players for taking part. And I will take care of that now, Matt. Now, once I end the stream, you can just check your profile and look at purchases or whatever the hell tab it is. I can't remember what it is. What tab is it? You check your charge history and you'll see in that I will put that $1,000 into your account right after I am done. So that is it. Only final reminder now is that we have the match tomorrow. Get the bloody thing to work, hang on. We've got the match tomorrow. There might be other matches now in the Virtual World Snooker Championship. We have, well, we do. We've got the match with Matt tomorrow and Stubb, which kicks off at 7 o'clock my time. And we've got one on Saturday at 7 o'clock, and that's between Tarek and Interchange X, who, again, Tarek's got to be the favourite there for 6-0. Interchange X, I don't think ever plays snooker. I've never seen him. So I'm going to say the snooker players should be winning it. So that's what we have lying ahead there. The only other one is the semi-final match in the Cowboy World Championships. That's next week. I thought it was today, but it's a week tonight with VP Monster and U Plonker Rodney. So between now and then, we've got the snooker and anything else that appears in the snooker, and I hope you can join us. So thanks for your company, guys. Well done to Matt. Unlucky to coldest pillow, but it's good practice for match play in and when your match is a when does a match not coldest pillow plays Larry, did you not? So that's going to be tough. So I'll bid you good evening and thanks for joining, guys, and we'll see you again very soon.